It's currently illegal to be gay in over 60 countries in the world, and the punishment in 10 of those countries is death. In September of last year, a transgender girl who was only 17 in Texas called Ally Steinfeld was beaten, mutilated, and then burned to death by a group of people after she came out as transgender on Instagram. One of the attackers was her own girlfriend. In that same month in Portland, a gay guy called Michael Phillips was attacked across the head after coming out of his job in a gay bar. In November of last year in Michigan, a 17-year-old guy was lured by a stranger into a dark alley that he met from a dating website. He was then beaten and then filmed stripping off and humiliated online by this person. In January of this year, a 19-year-old called Blaine Bernstein was murdered and then buried in a park in Pennsylvania just for being gay. Also early this year in Cologne, Germany, 3 gay sex workers were beaten half to death with crowbars, and one of them has now been left in a coma. In April of this year, Rain Chalaka and his boyfriend Dmitry Lagunov were brutally attacked by 4 individuals after attending Miami Pride. In March of this year, a 24-year-old gay man, Tyrone Carson, was shot and left to die on the side of the road after coming out of a gay nightclub in Kansas. Also in March in Mexico, a gay couple was heckled and then shot down by a stranger on the street just because they were holding hands. This May in Northern Ireland, a lesbian woman called Brenda McLaughlin was attacked with a power drill straight into her skull and left on the side of the street by a guy after she came out of a nightclub. Also in May in Texas, a group of 4 individual men were making fake profiles on a dating app, which then would lure people into their homes when they would then attack them and rob them. In April of this year in Brazil, a transgender woman called Dandara dos Santos was brutally murdered by 5 different men. They beat her with wooden poles, punched her in the face, put her into a wheelbarrow where they shot her and then stoned her face. Also in May in Edinburgh, a gay couple, Andy Millen and his boyfriend, were brutally attacked by a group of men after they were spotted leaving a gay club. Also in May, a gay man called Aaron Salazar was brutally attacked after leaving his parents' home in Colorado to go back to his college campus. He was left with a broken pelvis and brain damage. In June of this year in Cameroon, a man attacked 2 women for being part of an LGBTQ+ activist group. Then 3 days later, he returned to attack them again with a group of people who were wielding machetes and knives. Also in June of this year, Will Mayrick was travelling on the London Underground when he was attacked by a group of people who strangled him, threatened him with knives, and then forced him to apologise for being gay. All of these LGBTQ+ hate crimes happened within the last year. 2016 was recorded as the deadliest year ever for LGBTQ+ people. Within the last 2 years, over 40 transgender people have been murdered, and that's just in America. And in the UK, LGBTQ+ hate crimes has risen by 80% within the last 3 years. And you know what? That is why Pride matters to me. That is why I will constantly fight for my rights to be who I am. And that is why I will always be so proud to be who I am. And June, as Pride Month, I will always celebrate and be proud.